Now, before I begin today's episode, I do want to mention that if you're interested in sampling or purchasing this fragrance, you may do so at Door Prestige. They have a lot of really hard to find niche fragrances. This is not a sponsored video, and the link to this product is not an affiliate link. I just want to bring these brand new releases to your attention, and I want to tell you about legitimate places where you can pick up a bottle. So you guys know that I've reviewed every single Narcotica fragrance that has been released so far, and it goes without saying that the brand new one is going to be no exception. It's called Happy Dust. And of course, this is a gourmand leaning perfume with a lot of vanilla, perfect for the cold weather, especially the winter time, which we're about to enter. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this brand new release, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on this brand new fragrance by Narcotica, it's called Happy Dust. The perfumer is Claude Durr, and he's pretty much made every single fragrance for the brand, the original, Dulce Diablo, Doza. There's been so many that I've reviewed on my channel. Before I start the video, I want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, reviews just like this, but also top 10 videos, giveaways, unboxings, and more, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it, hit the bell, and also give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So with a name like Happy Dust and the brand is called Narcotica, and we know their very first fragrance smells like weed, one is left to assume what this title can possibly be referring to. Well, the perfumer is Claude Durr, and he's done a ton of fragrances, and he's a very accomplished perfumer. I've had the pleasure of meeting him in person. And what I can say about this particular fragrance is that it is sweet leaning. There's a lot of interesting ingredients in here. There's coconut water, there's mango, there's matcha tea, there's mate, but it also has brown sugar and a lot of vanilla. It has some gourmand tendencies, but it also has some herbal aspects to it as well. Now, which one is going to dominate this note breakdown, and which one are you really going to get as far as the smell is concerned? I'll give you all of my opinions regarding that in just a bit, but let's go ahead and start things off with a quick look at the presentation. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get this sort of overdose of vanilla. And of course, with a name like Happy Dust, this fragrance does smell happy. It's joyous, it's joyful, it's jubilant, it's sprightly, it's very upbeat, but not in terms of having like a bright citrusy overtone that kind of animates the blend. That's not what's happening in here. It actually possesses a lot of base heavy ingredients, and I feel like these ingredients are contributing to the main composition or the main structure of the perfume. Now, of course, brown sugar is listed as a heart note in this fragrance, and I can understand why it would have a little bit of like that sugary vanilla vibe happening in here. And I feel like, all things considered, it's a very transparent note breakdown. And I also feel like when you take a look at some of the other notes in here, you can definitely detect the sweetness. And there are ingredients in here that seem to have their own characteristic sweetness, like the mango, like the coconut water, but I'm having a hard time finding anything overly fruity about this fragrance. I feel like the brown sugar and the vanilla really dominates, to the point where I'm having a hard time picking up on the tea aspects of it as well. Now, a sweetened tea is very, very convincing, of course, and I would highly urge that you try this for yourself, and I know Door Prestige carries it, so I'm going to leave all of the links down below. Not affiliate links, it's not a sponsored video. I just want to make it accessible and easy to navigate for my subscribers if you're interested in checking out this fragrance or learning more about this fragrance or the brand. But for me personally, just as a frame of reference, if you like fragrances like Changing Constance by Penhaligon's, Raised Spirits by Navitus Parfum, or Minuit et Demi by Fragrance du Bois, you're going to get something that is in the same wheelhouse. The only difference with this fragrance is that it's a bit sweeter. So it's a bit more heavy-handed on the vanilla. The vanilla is creamier, and perhaps it takes away from some of the spices. Like, I know some of those other fragrances have that cinnamon cardamom combination that I think gives them that characteristic smell. Raised Spirits does have the brown sugar syrup, and this one does have brown sugar in it as well. So I guess in terms of the sweetness, they can all kind of be on the same level, but this fragrance has a little bit of an herbal quality, very mild, but it also has an amplified vanilla note, or I should say a creamier vanilla. And I think that's the main difference that I spot among this one when it comes to making that sort of four-way comparison. Nevertheless, It is sweet. It is perfect for this time of the year. It's really easy to wear, really easy to pull off. And yes, I suspect it's going to be that compliment getter type of a DNA. So of course, if you're in the market for something with mass appeal, something really well performing, something suitable for the colder weather, check out Happy Dust by Narcotica. Once again, Door Prestige does carry it, and I totally trust them with my purchases. And they have 100% authentic products and a lot of really hard to find niche brands as well. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I did make a number of comparisons throughout the course of this video, but I also told you what makes this fragrance stand out. And as far as the overall smell is concerned, I do feel like the vanilla is going to place it into that sort of gourmand territory. And if you're looking for something a bit heavy-handed on the vanilla, you might actually want to check out Happy Dust. Longevity on this one is a solid 10 hours on skin. Projection was really good for the first hour of application. It radiated at an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 7, a skin scent right around hour 10. In terms of the versatility, perfectly unisex, great for the colder weather, great for casual or formal scenarios, perfect for anybody of any age. And as far as the presentation is concerned, I do like how they are playing around with the white label here, the accents on the bottle. My final verdict on this fragrance is, if you are a fan of spicy, sugary, vanilla fragrances, you don't mind an herbal touch, definitely check out Happy Dust by Narcotica, a brand new fragrance to end the year off right. Thank you so much for joining me. Do you have any experience with this brand? Do you love Dolce Diablo as much as I do? Drop your comments down below. I always love to get that interaction from my subscribers. And also, if you took anything of value from today's episode, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me. Thanks again for watching. I love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.